Hi guys, so today I've got a breastfeeding tip video for you, and I really hope you enjoyed it. This is a video that's not going to be going into like the pros of breastfeeding or anything like that, because everyone knows the benefits of breastfeeding. It's a very controversial subject, but if you're breastfeeding or not breastfeeding and decided to bottle feed, that's absolutely fine as long as your baby is happy, thriving, and is well fed. That's all that matters. And this is just going to be tips that I found that helped me breastfeed my baby. So I really hope you enjoy. If you are new to my channel and you like beauty, fashion, lifestyle videos, please do hit that subscribe button on the right hand side of your screen. You just get updated every time I load a video, and I would love to have you back. And I'm trying to reach those 1,000 subscribers, so please help me reach that goal. So getting straight on in, the first tip that I would definitely recommend, and probably the most important tip that I'm going to give to you, is to get the latch correct. If you get the latch correct from the beginning, things will be so much easier as you progress through your breastfeeding sort of journey. The latch is something that can be quite tricky. You think that babies are born knowing what to do, and they're not. So things that I would definitely suggest is watching YouTube videos. There are so many YouTube videos out there that show a baby latching on, and it just gives you really good tips and sort of shows you what you are sort of looking for when you're latching. Of course, every baby is different, but it does give you a really good idea as to what to expect. Another good way of getting a good latch is to just rub your nipple on this sort of part of the baby's lip and nose. That just makes them open their mouth really wide, because you don't want them to just take the tip of your nipple and suck. You don't really want a sucking thing, like, because that is sort of going to really hurt you for a start, and also your baby isn't going to get as much milk by doing that either. They need to sort of latch onto the entire nipple in order to get enough milk. And also you want to see this jaw here moving up and down. If this is going, then you know that they are latched on properly and that they're getting really good milk. So just looking out for this sort of part of their jaw moving as well is a really good tip that you've got a good latch. Also, what I found when I first latched was that if I had got a correct latch, yes, it was still painful because it is a little bit uncomfortable for the first couple of weeks. You have to sort of persevere through that, but it is nowhere near as painful as if they just get the tip of the nipple. Then it's sort of not even worth it. You just need to put your finger in there, unlatch it. The baby may cry because it's like, but I want to breastfeed, but they will then open their mouth up wider and get that nipple back in. This kind of moves on to my next point, and that is to ask for help as much as you possibly can. Now, what I personally did was that when I was in hospital and I was feeding my baby, if I couldn't get him to latch or he wasn't latching on, I buzzed the midwife every single time that I was struggling, and I had lots of people help me latch my baby. You do get manhandled a little bit, but for me that was absolutely fine. I wanted to be able to breastfeed my baby. I wanted to go home knowing that I could. I know that some people don't have as long in hospital as I did. I had 2 days because I had a C-section. If you are one of those people that get discharged like the same day, and you're struggling, call a lactation consultant. They will come to your house, they will give you help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because there's no point suffering alone, and there is sort of ways that they can help you. Another good tip is to try different positions when you breastfeed. I personally like just the normal position of breastfeeding. That's just me personally. I have tried the two sort of other ones that I know about, which is the rugby ball one, where your baby kind of sits underneath, and also lying on your side on a bed, and them attached to you that way. I have tried all the positions. For me, the sort of normal everyday sort of latching breastfeeding position is my favorite, but do try different ones because every baby is different and something might work differently for you. So definitely get in that position, trying different things out, and just being really calm and relaxed about it, and just sort of, you know, giving it a go, but don't get yourself too worked up about it. Really helps, because if you're calm, your baby's calm, and it just makes everything a lot more easier. If you start getting worked up, the baby can feel that, and it does sort of wind them up a bit more. So do try and keep relaxed. Another good tip is to eat and drink a lot. You need to get your milk supply up. You need to keep it up for a little baby, and if you don't eat enough or drink enough, your milk supply does go down. I definitely noticed that if I didn't eat enough, I didn't feel like I had enough milk. I didn't feel like I was generating as much milk as if I ate quite a lot. You have just been through, you know, pregnancy and birth and everything, and your body is now burning an extra 500 calories a day breastfeeding. So you need to, you know, give yourself energy. So make sure that you've got a lot of food in the house, and just really nice easy snacks as well, and lots of water. I always have a reusable water bottle with me just drinking as much as I possibly can. I drank a lot when I was pregnant. I still drink that amount now that I'm breastfeeding. So do try and keep your food and water intake up. Talking about your milk supply comes in around day 3-4, depending on you. Everyone's a little bit different. Something that I wasn't aware of is that the engorgement of your breast when the milk does come in is actually very, very uncomfortable. My boobs came out from like here outwards. Not everyone gets it as severely as I did, but you do get that, and it is something quite shocking when they suddenly comes in and your boobs are just massive. You might have to actually milk yourself before breastfeeding, because as your milk is coming in, your boobs are swelling up and your nipple comes a bit flat, and the baby finds it really hard to latch on. So you do kind of have to milk yourself, soften up the nipple area, and then try your latching on, because I found that that was something that I had to really work on when I was first breastfeeding, was that actually baby couldn't latch because my breast was too taut. So that is definitely something to consider as well. When your breasts are engorged, you kind of feel like, oh my gosh, are my breasts always going to be this big? No, they are not, is the answer to that. They will go down within around 48 hours and sort of regulate the milk flow that your baby needs. It's just that when it first comes in, it produces a bit too much, and it can go down pretty quickly, about 48 hours for me, and then it sort of just kept regulating that way, and I haven't had that problem since. Moving back on to sort of relaxing, you do try not to worry too much about your milk supply. Every baby is different. Some babies feed for 30-40 minutes, some babies feed for 10 minutes. Every baby is different. Try and sort of, you know, be with your baby, find out how they are, how they like to feed. Some feed more than others. As long as they are gaining weight and they poo around 4-5 times a day, and seem very, very content after they've been fed, then you're doing a fantastic job, and there's nothing for you to be concerned about at all. Obviously every baby's different. Some babies poo a little bit less or a little bit more, but as long as you can see that everything is like regular, then you are obviously doing absolutely fine, and just trying to relax is really, really important. Breastfeeding can be quite hard work on the arms and your back. You're lifting your baby up all the time. I found just a normal everyday pillow really, really helpful. I did have a breastfeeding pillow as well. I actually didn't really like that for me personally. Just wasn't in the right sort of place. I just liked my legs to be up slightly with a pillow underneath and the baby sitting on that. That worked for me. So try for yourself whether a pillow or a breastfeeding pillow will help. It will just take all that strain off your arms and your back, and also in a really comfortable chair. It doesn't have to be a breastfeeding chair, just somewhere where it's just really nice and comfortable. Maybe somewhere you can put your feet up as well, just so that you can relax. Those sort of things are quite important as well. So that's going to be it for this video. I really hope that I gave you some really helpful tips, and if you are going to be a new mum soon, then congratulations. If you are already a mum and you're just trying to breastfeed, do persevere. The first 2 weeks are the hardest, and then your baby will get it. Your baby is learning just like you are, and once they have sort of mastered the latch, it gets so much easier, and as they get older, it's just a natural thing. I don't even have to think about it anymore. Baby just latches on, and it just makes it a lot easier in that way. So do persevere. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, please do subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later.